ultra van. A gentleman in Hutchinson, Kansas created these ultra vans in the late 60s. Aluminum bodied monocoque construction, Corvair powered automatic transmission. They don't weigh a lot and they go down the road just like a whale. Corvair ultra van, 1968. I believe later on, when Corvair production ceased in May 69, they powered them by 307 Chevys, V8 powered, but the fun was gone. What beats driving down an air-cooled Corvair ultra van? This gentleman just bought this car, took a chance, pays you money, and you has it shipped to your house, and you takes your chances. What a beautiful 66 Monza with fuel injection. Gorgeous red paint job. I know this gentleman, and he always picks the most beautiful cars and other things that are extremely beautiful, which we'll get to in a minute. I think these Kragers have been sandblasted, the centers have, and maybe powder coated. Argent, matte finish. Very interesting look with the spinner caps. Undercover. 1965 Monza, bucket seats. I don't think it's a Chevrolet color. It's kind of a purpley blue. Makes me think of my Mercedes CLK. This is a four-door sports sedan, 1966. The fan belt's tossed. Corvairs tend to do that when you've got a manual shift. This one does have manual 4-speed, which you can barely see. It's getting dark, but it's a 4-speed, four-door, more door, 140 that's going to be air conditioned soon. So it makes an ultra rare combination. This gentleman bought this Corvair. He tried to order it brand new in 67, but Poppy says, no way, my young son. So 4 years later, he found this air-conditioned convertible in Massachusetts. Took a bus and drove her home. And how many years later is it? 1972. 51 years later, he is still the proud owner of this 40-something, under 50,000 mile Maggiero maroon loaded convertible. And I read you the list of options, and it's long. Black vinyl trim, tinted glass, headrest, consort. It's got headrests, 1 year only, the duckbill headrests. They're not the same as Camaros or 68, 69. Floor mat, doors guards, deluxe top white. Convertible top white, deluxe air conditioning. Right, remote control, rear view mirror, positive traction axle, 355 ratio, 110 turbo air, 2 carb. Maggiero maroon, simulated wood steering wheel, telescopic steering column. Oh, simulated wire wheel, 713 2-ply white sidewall, $7.40. Heavy duty battery, speed warning equipment, luggage compartment lamp. Wish I had that. Underhood lamp, ashtray lamp, electric clock, $15 for an electric clock. Stereo tape player, yep, it's got an 8-track for $128. Push button AM FM radio with a multiplex. This thing is loaded. $37.40 OTD out the door. Remote control mirror, tinted glass, air conditioning, wood telescopic wheel, multiplex, headrest, lights and rims, and convertible top. And a couple accessories were added along the way, but he couldn't order it brand new, so too bad, so sad. That's just the way it goes in Daddy's in Charge land. We've got a beautiful Survivor 3-owner vehicle, 1967 original paint, except for a little touch-up. Sports sedan, 1967, same year as this one, so it had the thin shell seats similar to the Camaro. It's got air conditioning that was added, clock, mag-style caps on 14-inch wheels, which are a little wider than the 13-inch wheels. A bit more back spacing, which puts them outside a bit, kind of fills the wheel well a little bit larger. It's got the 67-style mag caps with a slightly different way of manufacturing them. It's a Monza 4-speed with air conditioning added a long time ago. It even has cruise control. Chevrolet #1 team. A great Survivor 1967. And beside it is one of my favorite cars here. I thought it was somebody else's car until I said, wait a second, this doesn't have a base coat, clear coat. This is an original paint, 1961, completely original car. It had 20,000 miles, little old lady owned, and somebody bought it and put on 60,000 miles on this unbelievably well-preserved, garage-kept 61, more door, 4-door, flat top. I love this car. I'm not sure of the color. It looks like champagne gold to me, but I am in love with this car, and I'm going to sleep in it tonight. My goodness, she is gorgeous. 80,000 miles. I knew it was too high. He says, well, it had 20,000 just a few years ago, and the fellow just drove it and drove it and drove it, but it's still beautifully, amazingly well preserved. So many original parts, no rust whatsoever. Another ramp side, also in 1961. No hole here, so the water just pours over the top and into the vent window. We've got a Corvair bicycle, or two. It's a Huffy Corvair bicycle. You flip the ramp side latches open, and you release the safety catch, zip, and ride your Corvair Huffy bicycles down the ramp. What a great idea. Chevrolet had a full line of cars for 60, 61, pickup trucks, passenger vans, work trucks. Oh, from Canada, 64. Modern bucket seats and a console. And is that flashing because the voltage is low in Maggiaro maroon, or is it Palomar red? I think it's Maggiaro maroon. Another Ontario car, original paint, the second time. She's a survivor. Corvair 95. It's got the little hole here for the water to drip down, and it's got the water containment drip edge so the water doesn't go in the vent window. It took Chevy the whole year of 1961 to figure out that water was getting into the interiors. They fixed it. She's a little rusty, but she's crusty, and she probably runs well because she's all the way here from Ontario, where the forest fires up north in Quebec and Newfoundland and Prince Edward Island are just polluting the air, millions and millions of acres burning. She's been used and abused, and pieces are falling off. We save them, we just duct tape them back on. Mystery shifter 4-speed. Got to be a gear here somewhere. And the last 65 Corvair here is a survivor. But driven here all the way from Ontario. We're in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Little ways down the road. Just like you would have seen on the back of the used car lot. I think all Corvairs were on the back of the used car lot, even back starting in 1966 after Ralph Nader's book came out in September, October of 1965. Unsafe at any speed, as were all cars of the day. Chevy prepared the Camaro, V8 Rumbly, 396s, 327s, 350s. Whole new line of cars, and they blasted the Mustang, but it was 3 years too late. Ford sold a ton of Mustangs. Just a fancy, tightly creased body on basically a crappy Falcon chassis. But they sure look good. With a K specification, 271 horsepower solid lifter, they were hot rods, but not like a Camaro with a 350 SS or a 396 L78 375 horse. We're enjoying the Corvair show. Sky's getting kind of darkish. We've got lightning and we got rain coming tomorrow. So just like a surveyor would say, we return back to the place of the beginning. And doesn't that Lakewood look spectacular in red against the evening dusk sky? 62s, 63s, everything is represented here. 2 doors, 4 doors, Spyders, 95 horsepower, 500s, 180s, 150s. Survivors, restored cars, trucks. The only thing we don't see, we've got one Corvair, we don't see a Greenbrier here. Either a 4-door, 6-door, or an 8-door. Greenbriers, the Corvair Greenbriers could have had doors on the driver's side, a so-called 8 doors. So you had 2 front doors, 2 side doors, 2 back doors, 6-door. They also had an 8-door version and a deluxe version with a fancy steering wheel and chrome bumpers. My favorite car. I choose this as people's choice. Everybody was staring at this 67 sport sedan 4-speed with factory original paint, and they were ignoring this beauty. The unsung hero of the show. My favorite car. I award this my people's choice. Amazing original Survivor 1961. Over and out. And we'll be ducking raindrops tomorrow. Rain all day. My kingdom for a plastic car cover to keep her dry. Thanks to everybody for volunteering and preparing this great homecoming car show. We hope to see you all next year. Maybe we'll be back here in Ann Arbor, Michigan, enjoying the beautiful weather and swatting away the mosquitoes.